Okay folks, the star of today's video is this, my 1960s reissue Les Paul Standard. I went for the 60s reissue because of the slimmer profile neck. Also I was born in the very early 60s, I have to say, and so it's a bit of a retirement present for myself, and I have to say I've waited 20 years to get this. I've now owned it 3 years, and we're going to be finding out if I still am happy with this. Right, the other thing I went for this guitar, as you'll see, it's an unburst finish. And the reason I wanted an unburst finish is it really shows off the maple cap on the top of the guitar. It's absolutely stunning. And bear in mind that a lot of people knock Gibson, saying their finish is flawed, there's lots of issues with them. This guitar was absolutely flawless when I bought it, and 3 years later it still is. Now I know the nitrolose finish can be a little bit soft when new. I'm not disputing that, but the fact I do play this quite a lot, this guitar, and it's still as good as the day I bought it. Okay, on to the review. Hi, okay, we're just going to run through just very, very briefly some of the specs on this, and I'll let you know whether I still love this guitar or not after the 3 years. Right, okay. It's solid mahogany body. There's no weight relief in this one, this particular model. Gibson went for a stage on some models around this period of routing out some of the wood to make it a bit lighter. Why? You know they're heavy, just live with it or buy something lighter. I don't know. They are what they are, so leave it alone, Gibson. It works. Yeah, as you can see, the finish on the back is still really, really good. There's been no wear on it, so it's absolutely flawless. The neck, they're solid mahogany necks, and even though they got the finish on the neck, I still find this really very smooth to play. It's just great. Rosewood fretboard, fantastic, beautiful, smooth, nice frets. The inlays are still fantastic. And though I play this quite regularly, there's pretty much no real fret wear at all. It's really good. One thing you'll notice on the top is a thing called a string butler, this little thing here. Reason for that is before I read up on these, I changed the strings on it and I had no problems with the tuning stability. I'm going to bust that myth. Not all Les Pauls have bad tuning stability. This one has been absolutely fine. I've never had an issue with it even before fitting that unit. What I did have a problem with when I first changed the strings, going back some years, the G, that sounds fine now, it just sounded dead, absolutely dead. You fretted it, it's fine. Opened, it just sounded dead. And these things were on the internet, and I've read good reviews on them. Apparently it helps stability, not I think it needs it, but it helped cure that problem. But when I investigated this a little bit further, I found that Gibson, I may have mentioned this in some previous videos, Gibson suggest, in fact they say you should have a minimum of 5 turns of string around the post, and that improves the breakout angle over the top of the nut. Now some people also say put graphene in the slots to help the strings move, and that'll also help. But next time I change the strings, I'll take this off. It doesn't actually mark the guitar in any way, there's no modification, it just sits on the post. It doesn't need it, so that's coming off. The tuners on these are just great. They really are good. I can't really say many bad things about this apart from that initial issue, which was my fault for not putting enough turns on the string. Apparently the binding does yellow with age, and I can see that, I think it has, I can't remember how it looked originally, but just slight yellowing. And on the true Gibsons, you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera with the resolution, the binding actually comes up over the edges of the frets. On a lot of copies, they don't. Absolutely fantastic, makes it super smooth to play. Anyway, that's enough waffle from me. Like I say, 3 years later, I still absolutely love this guitar. I love its tone. Burst bucket pickups are fine. I'd like to try one with the P90s. I think that's got to be a must. But anyway, enough waffle. Let's go on with some tones. Well, I hope you enjoyed some of that at least. It just goes to show, really, these are just great guitars. And after my 3 years, yeah, I still love this guitar. It's a keeper. I'm not parting with it. One thing I will add before I sign off is you can get so much variation in the tone just using the pots, the tone pots and the volume pots. I've got a blues driver pedal, a Boss blues driver, and you can just wind the volume back a little bit and it goes a little bit cleaner, and you can play some clean tones and then just gradually bring that volume back up and you get that little bit of overdrive, and it really does work well. There is a video which Joe Bonamassa did on the Les Paul, and I really recommend you seek it out. It's he says how many different tones you can get from it without actually using any pedals, and he's just mucking around just using his volume and tone pots. And I really recommend, if you're interested in Les Pauls, go and check that out, because I mean the guy's a true artist anyway. He demonstrates far better than I can. Anyway, please subscribe if you want to see some more of these videos. I've got quite a few interesting ones coming up on other various gear. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch up again soon. Bye now.